This episode of Destructoid is brought to you by Driver San Francisco. Coming up on Destructoid, we've got a launch date for Star Wars The Old Republic. PlayStation has something that it wants to share with us, and we've got your releases of the week. All that and more coming up on Destructoid. Welcome to Destructoid. I'm Tara Long.
And I'm Max Scoville.
Happy Monday, Max.
Bullshit, Tara. Mondays are the opposites of weekends.
I feel pretty okay this
Terrible.
Monday. I slept
Dreadful.
a lot this weekend.
Nonsense. Let's get into the news,
Okay,
shall we?
let's do that.
Okay, some big news to drop right at the tail end of last week was the official release date for Star Wars The Old Republic. Now, the long-awaited BioWare MMO is going to be going live on December 20th in the States and December 22nd in Europe, which is just in time for one of the biggest holidays of the year, which is Life Day, the Wookiee holiday that celebrates the various life forms in Kashyyik's diverse ecosystem. So
I'm already planning a huge blowout at my place.
Yes, Tara's a big Star Wars
invited.
fan. Anyway, BioWare's Greg Zeshuk had the following to say. We appreciate the patience of the millions of fans who have been waiting for the game's release. When we launch this groundbreaking MMO with world-class storytelling this holiday season, we hope you'll agree with us worth the wait. Yeah, hopefully the game is more exciting than Greg's statement. I mean, seriously, he should liven that up by adding something about the Force or Jedis or something in there, just to make it interesting. It's exciting, it's a game. Anyway, as a side note, 5 new trailers just showed up simultaneously on the Old Republic's official YouTube channel. I don't know if this was intentional or if this was like an intern screwing up or something, but in any case, there are plenty of new videos to watch, so you can go look at those. But yeah, this is Star Wars, the Old Republic. It's happening. It's a game. Get excited.
I'm actually pretty excited that this is actually coming out this year. You know, we've been getting stuff delayed, like Diablo, for instance.
Yes.
I know there's probably a couple others that
Diablo
are
has
going
been
to end
delayed.
up getting the boot to 2012.
Well, it's a pretty crammed holiday season, so I don't really know what people
Lots
can do.
Lots of pressure to make things happen, you know, before the end of the new year. Fortunately, there's lots of exciting stuff that we know is happening for sure up in early October. Of course, you guys have probably heard that Apple's iPhone 5 press conference is set for October 4th. On that same day, Crysis is finally going to be coming to consoles as well. It's going to be available for $20 on XBLA and PSN, and it claims to have been remastered with enhanced lighting, new effects, and new nanosuit controls. God, that game still looks good, even for 2007. The gameplay of the trailer is actually all Xbox 360 footage, and yeah, even for a game that's like 4 years old, still looks better than most of the stuff out there. So that's on October 4th. The following day, PlayStation is set to have some big reveal that we know absolutely nothing about yet, apart from this rather nebulous video that they uploaded to their YouTube channel today. It shows some soldiers parachuting into a forest, and then they go searching through the forest for like this safe house or hostel or something. I don't know, that's not the important part. The important part is that there are video game references in this video. In fact, if you'll notice that little orb right there, that's from Little Big Planet. The other ones I don't really know, you know, because I have a terrible attention to detail, but the most likely assumption that's floating around right now is that this is somehow related to the PS Vita, maybe some upcoming announcements like finally a release date, or maybe it's about the impending redesign of PlayStation Home, which we also know is a thing that is happening. Either one is equally possible as far as I'm concerned, but we won't have to wait long to find out because this announcement is coming on October 5th.
Oh my goodness.
I know.
I love it. I love it when there's ads for nothing.
I know.
It's an ad for a date. Like, what is that? That's ridiculous.
It's hype, man.
Well, thank you for reporting on it anyway, Tara. Speaking of Tara, here's news that Tara would probably report on normally. It looks like Zynga has suffered a 95% drop in profits.
Ooh.
Now, I imagine for a lot of people this is something to celebrate because in the video game world, Zynga is sort of like the formerly homeschooled rich kid who sucks at making friends in the playground and is just kind of snooty to everyone. But according to a recent SEC filing, Zynga's year-on-year profits have gone from $27.2 million to $1.3 million, which is a lot. This is following a 4% drop in microtransactions and ad revenue, so it sort of makes sense. I guess I don't really know anything about numbers. Of course, this might change because they just launched Mafia Wars 2, which is, it actually sort of has a story, kind of. You play as a guy who is left for dead, and then he wants revenge, so then you have to build a crime empire by clicking on stuff repeatedly. So if you're into crime-based social games and you don't really like Zynga, you should check out Life is Crime. It is a location-based RPG for Android devices, so you can basically click on stuff depending on where you are, sort of like Foursquare, except if Foursquare was about committing crimes and fighting people. So there's that.
If only building a crime empire was as easy as clicking on Facebook.
Wish. It'd be so nice.
That's sad.
Crime, get easier. We want to do you.
So it seems like all the rage these days amongst video game publishers is to fuck with your terms of service so people can't sue you. We first heard about a clause in the PSN terms of service last week that forces all PSN users to basically waive their rights to a class action lawsuit should the need ever arise. Well, today we learned that EA has gone and done the exact same thing in their terms of service for Origin, their downloadable platform. And not only have they done it, but they did it first before PSN, so they're cooler. And obviously, people are pretty pissed off about this. Can't speak today. But as of noon today, I don't think EA has really responded to any complaints.
They are really good at ignoring criticism,
Well, this
I think.
news just broke today. It's possible by the time this episode even comes out that they've, got a stock PR response ready for us, but who really knows?
I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, we've got some good news, which is Skyrim news, which I'm actually kind of sick of reporting on because every time I do it, when we're writing the show in the morning, I get really excited at the thought of playing Skyrim, and then I get mad that I don't have it yet, and I can't play it, so I just wind up looking at pictures of swords and axes on Google Images, and then I get yelled at for not doing my friggin' job. Anyway, a list of perk trees and racial abilities has been put on the internet so you can start thinking about what kind of a character you want to create. Now, I'm not going to list all of these because there's a lot of them and they're mostly what you'd expect, like, two-handed weapons do 20% more damage, potions help you heal more, and stuff like that. It's a thing you can read on your own time. What's interesting, actually, is the racial abilities. Now, let's see, orcs have Berserker Rage or whatever, or Red Guards have Adrenaline Rush, which sounds similar. Wood Elves can resist poison and disease, but can also command animals, which is exciting. Argonians can regenerate some health, resist disease, and breathe underwater. Imperials find more coins. I am not going to list all of these either. Just go read the full list. It'll give you something to think about for the next month. And then when the game comes out, you can still spend like an hour trying to figure out what you want for your perk loadout. Now, normally in games with character creation, I try and make a white dude who's got brown hair and pretty evenly distributed abilities, but fuck it, with Skyrim, I'm gonna be realistic. I'm gonna be a gay Argonian werewolf vampire who's just stupid as hell, but super, super duper strong and really lucky. I don't even care if you can't be a werewolf in the game. I'm just gonna tell people that I'm a werewolf. I'm going to tell them it's a racing game, it's a monster truck. They're like, what are you doing? I'm playing Skyrim. What is that? I'll be like, it's a monster truck racing game about werewolves, and I'm just gonna lie to people. I'm just mad this game isn't out yet. Like, I want to play this game. I want to be a lizard man, and I want to explore this world, and I want to steal pies and kill chickens, and I want to catch all the fish. I don't care if you don't care about the fish.
Calm down, Max. Calm down. Why don't you just thank our sponsor?
Okay, that's... Let's do that.
Wow.
Okay, you guys remember how awesome the original Driver was? Well, the guys who made it are back with Driver San Francisco. Now, I don't know if you've ever been to San Francisco, but it's like a playground for cars. In real life, probably not so much because there's too much traffic and you can't make any left turns. Thankfully, Driver San Francisco has left that out, so it's actually a lot of fun. There are over 200 miles of drivable roads, lots of hills, jumps, twists, turns, and plenty of beautiful, scenic San Francisco landmarks that you can crash your car into without getting in trouble like you would in real life. Now, if you're into classic cars, Driver's got a whole bunch of them, including the 1968 Mustang GT Fastback, the 74 Gran Torino, and the 1970 Chevelle SS. There are 120 licensed cars in the games, and if you're not into cars, that's fine because there's even a time machine. Once you unlock the 1983 DeLorean, take it up to 88 miles per hour, you will unlock a secret mission from the first Driver game. Driver San Francisco is available now for Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3, and there are multi- and single-player demos available for download on XBLA and PSN. And even if you're not into consoles, the PC version comes out later this week, so go check it out.
I'm going to check it out.
Do it.
I'm going to do that. So if you guys have been long-time watchers of the show, and if you have been, kudos, you may remember a segment we used to have somewhat irregularly called Releases of the Week, starring Nick Chester. Now that he's gone on to a better place, rest in peace, we thought we'd revive the segment on our own. So, ladies and gentlemen, these are your releases for the week of September 26th. We kick off the week on Tuesday, September 27th, with the not very anticipated release of X-Men Destiny, or as I like to call it, that game that might have been cool in 2006, but probably not even then. Dale North actually previewed the game back in July and came away with lukewarm sentiments as well, saying that the combat wasn't engaging, but adding that the game had some pretty good ideas buried within it. Expect a review of X-Men Destiny up on Destructoid.com in a week or so, and Anthony Carboni is actually going to be doing a review of it on his show, New Challenger, this week. So stay tuned for that. That's on Thursdays. I actually previewed the game way back in June,
but I never finished my preview because I kept getting mad at it. It was also embargoed until the second day of E3. They had the event like a week beforehand. Kind of dumb. They could have just had it at E3. But seriously, it's an X-Men game where you don't play as any of the X-Men. Who greenlit that? Who thought that was a fun idea?
Yeah.
What if you couldn't play as Wolverine? That's not a game mechanic. You're dumb.
I don't think many people are looking forward to that one, but there it is. Also releasing on Tuesday is Cabela's Big Game Hunter 2012 for the Wii. It is a motion control game that involves killing things with a high degree of precision. Just sit on that for a moment.
It's a game where animals are the bad guys. It's like Modern Warfare, but it's with animals. That is brilliant.
Yeah, it's probably better.
I think it's funny.
Next up, FIFA 12, the much anticipated sport game about sport balls, also hits stores on Tuesday, unless you live in Europe, in which case you don't get it until Friday. I don't really know what to say about this other than it's a game about soccer. It's one of the more well-respected sports franchises in the world, but the demo did have some pretty hilarious Fallout-style bugs, as you can see in the video. That being said, if you enjoy soccer, you'll probably enjoy this game. So there it is.
I'm gonna say this once, and people are probably gonna get mad at me, but FIFA is the girliest acronym for anything ever. It's saying the word FIFA. It sounds like the queef of a pink cartoon mouse. Say it. FIFA. FIFA.
FIFA. FIFA. FIFA.
So I mean, soccer's cool and everything. I actually like soccer. I'd actually probably play this game, but I wanted to say that. I thought that was important to say.
That's wonderful, Max. Thank you for your input. If you don't like mouse queefs, but you still like soccer, check out Pro Evolution Soccer 2012. It's the other soccer game that's releasing on the same day as FIFA 12, except this one's made by Konami. There's a lot of people excited. More excited about this than FIFA, so there you go. Resident Evil Code Veronica X HD also comes out this Tuesday for PSN and XBLA. Jonathan Holmes, my baby-faced dreamboat, put up his review of the game just today. Not so great. He gave it a 5 out of 10, saying that the game was actively painful to play through at times, adding that it just doesn't have enough new content to appeal to those who already own it and will be hard to adjust to for those who have no nostalgia for the original game.
Maybe if he said it was actively painful, maybe he was like sitting on his balls or something weird. I don't know.
Well, maybe. I don't know. Maybe the man has ginormous balls or something.
I don't know.
There's no way of knowing.
Jonathan Holmes, huge balls, we don't know.
Last but certainly not least, the Ico and Shadow of the Colossus collection also headed to the PS3 on Tuesday. Dale North reviewed the game for Destructoid a couple weeks ago, actually, and gave it a 9.5 out of 10, adding that it was great for both newcomers and longtime fans of the series. If you own a PS3 and haven't played these games for some reason, go pick them up immediately. They're some of the most beautiful, creative games ever made, and that's a pretty undeniable fact, unless you're Jim Sterling. He doesn't like them.
Whatever.
He's a
That's 40 bucks,
man.
though.
That's 40 bucks. That'll set you back 40 bucks.
Now, speaking of Colossuses, the guy that got in X-Men Destiny to play Colossus is fucking terrible. He's awful. He sounds like Boris from Rocky and Bullwinkle. It's terrible. It's dreadful. I don't even know about the game. Like, I couldn't get past. I'm an X-Men fan. You can't even play as. It's so stupid. But yeah, you should probably pick up the Team Ico collection because it's probably worth buying. You should
Moving
probably
on
buy
to Wednesday, September 28th, we've got the latest game from Ed McMillan, whom you may know as half of Team Meat. His new game, The Binding of Isaac, follows the story of a young boy who's running away from his overly religious and insane mother, who's trying to sacrifice him in order to prove her love to God. So you exit through the basement of your house when your mother's trying to kill you, and then you have to go through a series of randomly generated caves in order to escape. The game actually has some RPG elements to it, and it borrows a lot of inspiration from the Legend of Zelda series, so you'll probably notice some similarities there. That is going to be priced at a mere $5 on Steam, and it will be available for PC and Mac. So do it.
If you don't have $5, you should go check out Edwin McMillan's old Flash game, Cunt, which is a game where you play as a penis who has to shoot giant vaginas while avoiding venereal disease. It's probably the most offensive thing I've ever seen. It's actually really fun.
The art in that game.
Yeah.
Still
we're not showing you right now because it's too gross and we don't want to get banned.
No, it's probably not appropriate for
I don't know if it's allowed for YouTube. Anyway, yeah.
Anyway, those are the releases of the week. Now, if you had to pick one of these, Max, to purchase for yourself, which one would you get?
I'd get the probably the Team Ico collection. Actually, I'm probably going to pick up Binding of Isaac.
I was going to say that would have been my pick. It's $5.
It's $5.
And Danny B does the soundtrack for it.
We love him. He's got a magnificent beard and gives us hugs.
Yeah, and Edmund has been very vocal about the fact that, this isn't like for money or anything.
Is it Edmund or Edwin?
Edmund.
I said his name wrong earlier.
Edmund.
Anyway.
No, it's Edmund. So yeah, pick those games up if you like them, and if you like us doing this releases of the week thing, let us know in the comments, because this is a thing that could be done regularly.
Do you like it?
Do you like it?
Do you like us?
Do you like us? Please tell us.
Tell us you like us, please.
If you do like us, you can follow us on Twitter at Detroit Show, or if you want a more personal Twittering experience, I am Tara Longest, and he is Max Scoville. And of course, you can subscribe to us on iTunes and YouTube, which you should.
You should do that.
You should do that. And in the meantime,
on that note, yeah.
we'll see you Wednesday.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care.